Okay, so when you think about your company's most valuable assets, what comes to mind? What if I told you that your biggest one is probably something you completely ignore, mismanage, and you might not even be able to find it? Today, we're going to flip on the lights and explore the hidden world of dark data.
Right. Let's just kick things off with a number that's, well, it's pretty hard to ignore. $3 trillion. According to the Harvard Business Review, that is the estimated cost of bad data every single year, just in the US. It's an absolutely staggering figure, and it points to a massive problem that's hiding in plain sight.
But, before we really get into the problem, we have to establish something that pretty much everyone in business these days can agree on. Data itself is incredibly valuable.
I mean, we've all heard the saying, right? Data is the new oil. But as this quote shows, it's way past being just a buzzword. For top organizations, data is a core strategic asset. It's literally the fuel for everything from digital transformation to just staying ahead of the competition.
And look, this isn't just a hunch. The belief is overwhelming. A global survey found that 81% of executives say data is extremely valuable for their success. It's the same story when you ask about efficiency or profitability. The message coming from the C-suite couldn't be any clearer. Data is absolutely critical.
So, here's where our story takes a little twist. If everyone agrees that data is so valuable, you'd think every company would be meticulously managing every single byte they have, right? Well, that assumption, that's where things start to get really interesting and kind of dark.
So let's properly define the star of our show here, dark data. It's all the information your company collects and stores, things like server logs, customer call records, old employee files, but then just completely fails to use. It's basically the digital version of taking a priceless painting, sticking it in a storage locker, and then losing the key forever. And this, right here, is the huge disconnect just laid bare for everyone to see. On the left, you've got executives singing the praises of data's incredible value. But on the right, and this is from the exact same survey, we see the shocking reality. Most of that priceless asset is being completely ignored. It's the central paradox of modern business.
So just how big is this paradox? 60%. That's the number of organizations that report that half or more of their data is completely dark. Think about that. That's like saying 60% of your company's cash is just sitting in some bank account you don't know about and can't access. It's a colossal missed opportunity, and honestly, a huge potential risk.
So, how in the world do we fix this? How do we flip the switch and start bringing all this valuable data into the light? Well, the answer isn't about buying more fancy technology. It's about adopting a whole new discipline.
The solution really starts with a new philosophy, and it's called infonomics. The core idea is actually simple, but it's also revolutionary. You have to treat your information with the same rigor and discipline that you apply to all your other formal assets, things like cash, your facilities, or your intellectual property. It's a huge shift from seeing data as just some IT byproduct to seeing it as a core business asset.
And the way you actually put that philosophy into practice is through data governance. Now, I know, it sounds like a really dry, technical term, but think of it as the official management system for your data assets. As Gartner defines it, it's the whole framework, the rules, the responsibilities that make sure your data is high quality, secure, and is actually being used to hit your business goals.
And this framework, it's not some crazy complicated thing. It's a really logical process. First, you start with a vision. What are we even trying to achieve with this data? Then, you move to the people. Who is responsible for what? From there, you set the rules. What are our policies for data quality and security? And finally, you never stop measuring and monitoring it. This isn't a one-time project, you see. It's continuous asset management.
So you get control. Your data is illuminated, it's properly governed. What's the big payoff? Well, in a word, monetization. And trust me, that means a whole lot more than just selling off your data. There are really two main paths to generating value here. The first is direct monetization. That's what most people think of, selling data or analytics or some information-based product for actual cash. But indirect monetization, that's often where the real magic happens. This is all about using data inside your company to make your processes more efficient, to reduce risk, cut costs, and just make your existing products and services that much smarter. This intense focus on data value has created an entire economic ecosystem around it. It's not just about one company anymore. Now we have all these specialized players, from data aggregators to app developers, who are all building new services on top of this information.
and new technologies are making it easier and more secure for all these players to work together. And the scale of this new economy is just explosive. Back in 2020, the global data monetization market was valued at about $2 billion. By 2030, it's projected to surge past $15 billion. That's a growth rate of over 22% year after year after year. The opportunity here is massive, and it's only speeding up.
But of course, unlocking all this value isn't a simple technical challenge. With this new power comes a whole new set of responsibilities. It requires navigating a really complex new frontier of ethical and logistical hurdles. And this leads us to the crucial question that every single leader needs to be asking themselves right now. As we gain all this new power, what are the rules of the road? What are the guardrails that we need to put in place? The challenges are significant. First, you have to protect the asset itself through top-notch security. And you have to ensure its quality, because bad data isn't just worthless, it can be downright dangerous. Then you have to navigate the outside world, everything from consumer privacy concerns and a legal minefield of regulations to the just baffling puzzle of pricing. How do you even put a price on something when its worth is completely different to every single person who might want to buy it?
And that brings us right to the final thought. Your organization right now is sitting on a potential gold mine of dark data. So the only real question is, are you going to choose to illuminate it and create new opportunities? Or are you just going to leave it sitting in the dark, where it slowly turns from a missed opportunity into a very costly liability?